In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about my knit kit. Now, everybody has a slightly different knit kit and the kind of needles that they like to work with and the kind of tools they like to use and the yarn they like to use. But for me, I like to have everything in one place that I can take away with me wherever I go because I travel a lot. So let's get into it. Right, so here I have my knit kit that includes pretty much everything that I ever need to be able to make any kind of project. So I have an interchangeable set. Now the interchangeable set means I can change the size of the needle and the length of the wire that I'm using to knit a project with at any point. Now, when I first started knitting, I didn't use circular needles. I actually started by using what we call straight needles. Now, nothing in my life is straight, and I prefer the circular needles. So this is bamboo, and bamboo is a great way to start because the needles are slightly stickier and they hold yarn on it a little bit easier. So for beginners, they can really control what they're doing with yarn. But once you start getting faster, I like to work with metal tips because it can just move a little bit quicker and easier for me when I'm knitting. So I have all of these different size needles, starting at 2.75, we have 3, 3.25, 3.5, 3.75, 4, 4.5, 5 millimeter. Then we have 5.5, 6, 6.5. Then we have 8s, 9s, and 10s. But my 10s are currently working on a project, so they've gone a bit MIA. I make projects all the time with varying needle sizes, so an interchangeable set works for me, but if you're a beginner and you want to learn with just one project, start off with a set of straight needles and see how you get on. But once you've got your knitting needle sorted, you then move on to all of the bits that you're going to need to finish, to finesse, and do all of the things that you're going to need within a knitting project. So, scissors are important. I just have these little snips because I'm only cutting through yarn, I'm not cutting through anything else. So, you always need a pair of scissors. This is great to be able to test your needles, especially if you're not working with ones that you're familiar with, to make sure they're the right size, and it has a little bit of a mini ruler. But I wouldn't always work with a ruler because I prefer a tape measure. Now, a tape measure is something that is going to be a knitter's best friend because we're going to be needing to make sure that all of the pieces that we're making are the right size, the right tension gauge, to make sure that the things are going to fit you. So it's important to carry a tape measure around with you, and especially one that retracts like this. And then I have this little tin that is filled with all kinds of different goodies. So this is a stitch marker, and one of these stitch markers just drops onto your needle to be able to mark, for example, the start of a round if you're knitting in the round, or it can mark where cables are going to start, it can mark where you should be increasing or decreasing, so it allows you to keep track really easily without having to count every single time that you go through a row or through a round. That's one kind of stitch marker. Now, there are also different kinds that kind of clip on that are like little mini safety pins that can also go onto a knitting needle like the round ones, but these also make it easy to actually clip onto a stitch itself to be able to help you count how many rows you've done. They're great for being able to mark the center stitch of a neckline, for example. So these are a great way to be really visible as well and add stitch markers in after the fact. I also like to use this kind of stitch marker as a way of being able to help me mark out where my body panels and where my sleeve panels need to be sewn together. So it really keeps it visual and allows me to see exactly where I need to sew. Then the last thing that you're going to need in a knitting project is a darning needle. Now, we use one of these to be able to sew in all your loose ends, to be able to sew panels together. And this is something that is not like a sewing needle because it's not sharp, so it doesn't actually damage your knitting, and it allows you to get in between the stitches really easily. Sometimes you can get them with a little bent tip on the end, and that can sometimes be a little bit easier to scoop up stitches. But for me, I like to use these metal ones, and I like to have a nice big eye in my needle because I am terrible at threading the needle. Those are what I would consider to be my essentials. I think I would probably add onto that a cable needle, although sometimes cable needles aren't always essential for every single cable project if you're careful when you're taking your stitches off your needle. But that is where I would say, if you've got all of those things, you'd be able to start and finish most knitting projects. So That's my little go bag. Whenever I go on a plane, whenever I go on a train, whenever I go out, this comes with me. At the end of the day, the knitting industry is an industry, and there are so many different choices out there and so many different tools and yarn winders and spinners. But if you're just starting out, start with just getting the tools that you need. And all you're really ever going to need are knitting needles, a darning needle, tape measure, some scissors. That, if you're starting out, is going to be plenty to get you going with your first project. Thank you for watching this video. Now don't forget to subscribe to Let's Get Knitting for more tutorials of knit and crochet, and of course, some extras from Game of War.